What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content that we have coming out. And with this video, we are jumping into The Flash, Rumble in Gem World, issue number 779. Now, if you have not been keeping up with The Flash, go ahead, check out the link in my description, as well as the top of this video. It is going to get you completely caught up on everything going on with this series ever since Dark Knight's death metal. And this issue is going to be the epic conclusion to Eclipso and Gem World, with Eclipso making his way to Gem World, headed towards the center of the planet to use the crystal to magnify his ability to control as many people as possible. If he is able to connect to this crystal, he will be able to control the entirety of the universe. And so, with Wally West currently imprisoned in Gem World, it is going to take some great skill and some great luck to save the day. And we also get an introduction to a speedster that is known as Surge. Be sure to buy the comic, support the industry, and with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into this issue of The Flash, we are picking up with Irie and Jay, recognizing that their father is in danger, with Irie sharing the Speed Force connection with Jay just temporarily so they are able to escape the captors of Calculator, Mammoth, and the others. With Jay giving his sister the full Speed Force connection, this is what makes them able to transport themselves to where Wally West is, transporting themselves to Gem World right before Wally West is taken out. We see the two of them, they break their father free. And at this point, Wally, he has like a million questions. More specifically, who is this little girl with you, and what kind of superpowers is she using right now? Because Irie, she had snuck out with this girl. We didn't really know much about her or where she came from. But what we learn is her name is Maxine Baker. She is the daughter to Animal Man, but we can call her Animal Girl. And so with the three of them taking everyone by surprise, they have just a moment. Wally West recognizing that Jay, right now, he is in excruciating pain. That pain is coming from his connection to the Speed Force. But Jay doesn't want to disconnect just yet, saying that he'll disconnect once they are all home and once they are all safe. And with Dark Opal being defeated, he lets Wally West know that he wasn't lying, that he does have the power and ability to recharge that glaive and imprison Eclipso inside of it. He had only tricked Wally West prior to this, believing that Eclipso would not put him under his control. Recognizing that that happened, Dark Opal is more than willing to turn against Eclipso. And so with them handing the glaive off to Dark Opal so he can recharge it and they'll be able to capture Eclipso, he lets everyone know that they need to get ready for war. Because the truth is, everyone on this planet, they are currently surrounding the entrance to the center of the planet. They are protecting it while Eclipso is making his way down to the center. And so he lets Irie, he lets Jay, and he lets Maxine all know that they are going to have to be the fighting force. Wally West, he is going to run as fast as he can and try to catch Eclipso off guard. What Wally West needs from everybody else is for a clear path, for them to drive that wedge so he has a straight shot down the line. And in the midst of this discussion, this is where we see a giant energy blast coming straight from the center of the planet. And this means only one thing: Eclipso has made it down there. And as Eclipso begins to take minds over all over the universe, Wally, these kids, and Dark Opal, the only ones not being able to be controlled by Eclipso, Wally West tells them that he will give them all a 10-second head start. 10 seconds to clear the path for Wally West. With him saying go, we see the four of them, they jet out, clearing the path for the Flash. We see them using all of their powers, all of their ability, and they are able to clear that path. Like Moses parting the seas, it is just enough open, just enough for the Flash to make his dash. And though Eclipso's power may be slowing him down, he uses that extra surge power that he has had in store. This surge that has made him faster than he has ever been. Not really understanding why he still has this power, or even why it was given to him, he is going to use it. Using this surge, he is able to blast through any defenses. He takes that glaive and he chucks it right at Eclipso, with it landing directly in his forehead. The glaive, it captures him. And so with Eclipso now being imprisoned, with everyone around the universe now free of his grasp, this is where we see the arrival of the Spectre. And the Spectre has come to take the glaive. And Spectre lets Wally West know that the angel that was protecting this glaive, he was attacked by the disciples of Eclipso. Recognizing that he was outnumbered and they may get their hands on it, he threw it into the oblivion. And the glaive, it guided itself directly to the Flash. And he also lets him know that he, God, is pleased with him. And Wally West, thrown off by this at first, he says, "That's awesome, I'm super glad he's proud of me, but it would have been nice to really have some help during this whole ordeal." And Spectre enlightening him, letting him know that how do you think Eclipso had no effect on you? And so before the Spectre leaves, Wally West, he asks one question. If he is so pleased with me, Wally West would like a favor, letting him know that he is always listening. Wally says that he would like some help with his son Jay. With the Speed Force split between him and his sister, he had to give up the complete connection to the Speed Force so he didn't feel this pain anymore. And what he would like is for Jay to have his powers back and no longer feel this pain, with Spectre telling him that he would remind you that you have a surge power inside of you. You have extra power to be given away. Wally asking if this was part of the plan all along, Spectre letting him know that it is always part of his plan. And so with the Flash headed back up to his family and Justice League Dark, recognizing that Jay is in a lot of pain, he walks over to him, he takes that surge power that is inside of him, and he gives it to Jay. Feeling this power, feeling this surge of energy, Jay West has found his new superhero name. And so with the two West children now being at full force with the Speed Force, this is where we pick up back home. We're picking up with Linda West, currently at home, wondering where the heck her children are, and in her state of panic, recognizing that neither of them are in their beds. She rushes outside and quickly learns that she has gained a connection to the Speed Force as well. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. What we are seeing is finally the return of Jay West to his regular state, to his regular powers, now going by the superhero name of Surge. And this has been a long time coming. Finally, the West family is getting the recognition that they deserve. Now, I will say, Linda having Speed Force powers, that was definitely something I wasn't anticipating, and it's going to be very interesting to see how or why she has those abilities. But I think what I enjoyed most about this issue, it has to be Spectre coming down and letting him know, like, hey bro, like God has had your back this entire time. Not only that, that surge energy you have inside your body, you've been able to give that to Jay this entire time. You just didn't know about it, because you didn't understand what the reasoning of this extra power was for. But the Spectre also reminded Wally West that he is special. There is something unique about him, and God, he has a purpose for him. Apparently, there is something much bigger on the horizon for Wally West and the West family, and the two West children getting their powers to full strength again. This is only going to play into this whole legacies thing we have coming in the near future. With the death of the Justice League, we are going to have our legacy characters taking up the mantle, even if it is for a short time period. Though Joshua Williamson has already said that it is going to be quite a little while before we see the return of our original Justice League. And though I know there are people that aren't happy about that, I am 100% on board for this new Legacies era. You know, I've been saying for quite some time now, there are only so many stories you can do over the decades that these characters have existed before it is time to try to pass the mantle. Even if it is for a couple of months or 6 months or a year, it is time for us to have these new characters, or relatively new characters, fully get the spotlight, get the opportunity to fill those shoes, and really see what it is like to be a superhero, to see what it is like when you can't turn to your father, when you can't turn to your mother, and you have to rely on the other members of your team. More than anything, I am really looking forward to this new era because it's going to give our characters so much more arc. We're going to see so much more character development and character growth that by the time this Legacy era is over, these aren't going to be the same kids that we have always known. But yeah, let me know your thoughts, let me know your theories. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.